News OK's Press Row with the Oklahomans Barry Trammell and Jenny Carlson is powered by Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'.
Barry Trammell, and I've got a question. Would Joe Castiglione go back to Virginia Commonwealth for a basketball coach?
They may be forced to at OU after the performance that the Rams and Shaka Smart have put on in the NCAA tournament. From the Opoko Studios in Oklahoma City, you're watching the Press Row. I'm Jenny Carlson. Press Row is sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts. Barry, don't they at least have to give Shaka Smart consideration at this point?
Well, anybody that gets to the Final Four at Virginia Commonwealth, you have to take a look at. Even though if it's driving down the same boulevard you drove down 5 years ago. Jeff Capel was a sharp, young head coach at Virginia Commonwealth who'd done some good things. Now, Shaka Smart has trumped anything Capel did at VCU, getting to the Final Four. Capel hadn't so much as won a game at the NCAA tournament level, but it'd be a tough sell to hire a carbon copy in terms of resume and address and all those things. But how can you not get excited about Shaka Smart? This is in many ways a guy that's going to be a lightning rod of a coach. Now, I don't think OU's got a shot at Butler's Brad Stevens. Done a wonderful job getting Butler back to the Final Four for the second straight year. I don't think OU or anybody on OU's level can get Brad Stevens away from Butler. If he leaves Butler, he's going to the top. He's going to Kentucky, Kansas, Indiana, someplace like that. But Shaka Smart, Joe Castiglione might be forced to take a look at Virginia Commonwealth again. Yeah,
it's interesting how a week has sort of changed perspective on some things. I still think Buzz Williams is a guy that they're going to look a lot at. Now, there are reports coming out of Milwaukee that there's going to be some talk between Buzz Williams and Marquette about a different contract, a new contract that ups his salary maybe close to $2 million. Barry has reported that OU is willing to pay pretty substantially for this basketball coach because they know they need a really good hire. But to pay that and then some, they may not be ready to go to that level, but you do have some pieces moving around as some schools start to hire coaches. You also have with Stevens at Butler. I think them making a Final Four. I thought it was improbable to impossible before, but now I don't see any way that he gets lured to Oklahoma. It's just not going to happen. This week of the NCAA tournament has really shaken some things out. But I wonder at the end of the day if there's still not going to be some serious negotiations between OU and Buzz Williams.
Well, I think I still say Buzz Williams is the number one candidate at OU, and OU's going to make him say no, which he might very well do. The one thing Joe Castiglione has got to be a little bit wary of, and I think he was last time, you don't want to hire a guy based on one or two games in March. A shot goes in, somebody misses a foul shot. That's not a good reason to hire a coach. Now, the problem with Shaka Smart is he's done it 5 games. This isn't one lucky game. This isn't one fortunate. This isn't one good game plan. This isn't one great game by some player. This is game after game. 5 straight games Virginia Commonwealth has answered the bell against elite competition. So I think his visibility, his status moves way up the ladder from most of March Cinderellas that we've seen.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how quickly this moves. I definitely think Oklahoma was a little bit, hand-tied by Marquette making to the Sweet 16. You don't want to move forward with that, and I assume if Buzz Williams is even talking to OU that he's saying, now wait a second, I got to wait till my season's over. I don't want to jeopardize anything. So then, and now things have started to move. You see Mike Anderson go to Arkansas. You see Quanzo Martin get hired at Tennessee. You start to see some pieces fall in place. So what does that mean? Schools start to look, they start to hire. I think Joe Castiglione has got to get a move on. You don't want to be hasty and make a snap judgment, but you don't want to get your guy taken away from you by somebody that you probably could have beat. So, I think that maybe he was in sort of setback mode with Buzz Williams and Marquette, but now he's got to get going, and they've got to make some decisions on how much they're going to pay, what are they going to look at, and I think they got to do it here pretty quickly, Barry. Hey, stay with the best coverage team anywhere. NewsOK.com and every day in the Oklahoma.
News OK's Press Row with the Oklahomans Barry Trammell and Jenny Carlson is powered by Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'.